8 coaching. We got Tristan here as our demonstrator. Today we're going to go over hip mobility drills. It's super important to have our hips primed and ready for motion. These drills can be performed anywhere. You can do them at your house, you can do them whenever. You can do them at the gym, you can do them before practice, after practice. This isn't just good for baseball or football, this is good for whatever you're gonna do. And actually, I think everyone should do these daily, and it'll prolong your ability to use your actual hips and legs in the future growing. All right, so first, we're gonna lay down. I have this mat, so Tristan's hip on it is gonna be okay. We're gonna put our feet straight out. Our feet are gonna stay at a 90 degrees. And right now for this one, we're gonna start with our hip rolled forward. We're gonna have a nice strong 90-degree angle here and here, right? Because we want stability in it. We're gonna have our head and body straight, and this hand is gonna stay on our belly button because we don't wanna get into the habit of dropping this arm and then leaning forward and having a weak core. So we're on the ground, relaxed on the ground. Right now, we don't worry about picking our core up because that's not the point of this. If you wanna get advanced and you wanna kind of do like a side bridge and really engage your core, you can do that later. But learning this hip mobility is what we're focused on. So the first thing we have is we have the lateral raise. So keeping our feet at a 90, we're just gonna pick up as high as we can without rolling our hips backwards. We want the hips rolled forward and we want straight. Now down. And we're gonna do 5. Up, down. It should only be 6 to 9 inches. Up, down. All right, we're gonna do 3 just to save him to make sure he gets all the way through it. I would say anyone doing these should aim for 3 to 5. After 3 to 5, once you get more used to it, you can open it up to 5 to 10 to 15. And then you really only need 1 set. Just make sure you do one side, then the other side. If you need a break to sit up to rest your elbow, just let me know.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, next we have the medial, right? So first was lateral, is just feet relaxed, touching each other, up and down. Next we have medial. Medial is gonna be forward center line of the body. So it's gonna be this leg, the leg that's on the ground. We're gonna keep it close. We can point this toe and keep this one at a 90. We're gonna get this leg right here on the leg touching the ground. We're gonna get it up as high as we can without rolling backwards. It's gonna be a 2-inch, 3-inch motion. Up, down, up, down. And we wanna keep our body in alignment. And we wanna keep, now we're bowing, we wanna make sure we're up and holding our body. Hand on the belly button. Up, down. Good. Now we can relax that for a second. You can sit up if you need to. How you feeling? You good?
Yeah.
All right, so we got a few more. The next one is gonna be a bent leg. So we're gonna lay down, we're gonna bend our knees to a 90 degree. And here we're gonna keep our hips and ankles touching. And when I say up, we're gonna keep that hip rolled, we're gonna keep nice posture. Our head is always in general straight line with our spine. And when I say up, he's gonna separate his knees but keep his feet together. So up, don't roll, yep, down. Up, down, up, down. So as we can see, Tristan was a lot better at the other two, and this one's kind of weak because she should be able to open a little bit more because you're pushing with your leg on the ground against the ground and you're opening the other one up. Remember, you got to do both sides, right? So this would be this leg, and the next leg when you flip would be the other one. You need to take a second to sit up?
Yes, please.
Whenever you're ready. We just got 2 more, and you can do this with 10, 15 minutes at home by yourself. And if you're doing sets of 5, you run through these 4 or 5 things real quick, and you just do 5 and 5 and 5, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. You're 25 reps in, and you'll feel the burn in the upper glute and in your hips the whole time. And I bet for most athletes and most people, they have never performed these motions before. And that's why people are pulling their groin or hurting their legs, or they don't know how to use their legs. Coaching youth baseball, the first thing I found out in our team was the kids didn't necessarily know how to use their legs and appendages in conjunction with their body. So their legs would be running, but their back would be backwards. They'd lean backwards to run forwards. Or instead of taking long strides, they'd tippy toe. Or they'd take really long strides instead of actually feeling out where they're you start running with short choppy steps and then you open. So everyone was kind of backwards, and they're growing so fast at 12, 13, 14 years old, and they're learning their bodies. These drills aren't only good for someone who's 30, all right, or 80. It's good for someone growing into their body to learn how to use the body correctly. And our hips, usually in athletes, hips go with knees and ankles, right? Knees, ankle, maybe ankle or knee will go first, but then the hip follows. If we realign our hips, we can fix our back. If our hips are right and our back is right, we have a longevity of life and playing sports and attitudes, right? Next. All right, next we have the single leg tuck. So again, I retired military. These are things that I learned in the military, and everyone kind of made fun of them. No one really wanted to do them. But what I realized was the people that took these seriously didn't have injuries when we were doing warm-ups, or we put 100 pounds on our back and we'd go for a 12 to 18 to 24 mile march. And the people that took this stuff seriously didn't get hurt. And the people that kind of like, oh, that's nothing, whatever, I've been in the Army for a long time, they all got injured and hurt. And then what I found out was we would play a game of like flag football, and you'd have a bunch of grown men injured. They wouldn't be able to move their hips because they just weren't used to this motions anymore. So these are really good to keep with you as a longevity for life. So here, this one, we're gonna start 6 inches above. And the single leg tuck, we're gonna tuck our leg in, right? So we're gonna take a 90-degree step, keeping our hip rolled forward and our leg up. And we're gonna, like we're on an invisible platform, like he's stepping up to an invisible platform. Then we're gonna come back down. And we never rest this foot. Now it's more of like an exercise, right? Now up, down, good. Up, down, relax. How tight are you getting? You feel that really, right? You feel it in the core,
Yeah.
and you glute, hips. You really, really feel these. It doesn't matter what age group you are. All right, and the last one is more of a stretch. So I'm gonna take this from you. You're gonna lay flat on your back, and we're gonna go that way. We're gonna stretch that way. So we're gonna use this leg, right? So our arms go at a 45-degree angle away from our body, and this is palms down, because you use that to anchor yourself. You want to 100% keep your shoulder blades on the ground. You don't want a shoulder blade to come up to do the stretch. So this is called the single leg over. And at the very end, you're going to stretch those hip flexors out that you just got done using, and you're going to make sure your glute has time to react to. So this could be really good before running or sprinting or before practice, right? We're going to come up to a 90-degree. We're going to keep the 90-degree in our foot, because nothing we do is weak. Everything we do, we hold our own body weight. So we're gonna be here, and this hand is gonna come up, and we're gonna come across the body, and we're gonna let our knee meet this hand. And we're gonna let this leg come over. And we're gonna exhale as we go on. And we're really stretching out the top glute, the lower back. We're keeping our shoulder blades pinned, keep it all, this is a stretch. So you keep going as much as you can and hold, and hold. You don't have to hurt yourself. If it's too far, you can come up a little bit. This should feel good and relaxing. And this foot can come up and try to hold that up. And if that's as far as you can go, if this hand or the shoulder blades start to come off the ground, you're going too far. Eventually, you want to be able to get this all the way over. Tristan's super flexible, so I know he can do this. And he just doesn't realize he can do it, but I can't do this. Tristan's really flexible, his shoulder blade's still on the ground, I'm pushing his hand down, he's still really good form. We want to pick up though. Yeah, there we go. And that's what it should look like, and come back whenever you want. And then relax. So if you hold that all the way over for 10 to 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds if you want, and then you do the next leg, hand over, and just on you, exhale. Yep. And then stop whenever you feel it. Now sit up whenever you're ready. How do you feel?
Good.
That feels good, right? Ready to go. All right, so this thing's shoulder. We did shoulder mobility. Now it's hip mobility. And these are the things we can do before we have a heavy base running day, or a sprinting day, or a stealing bases. Whatever we're training for the day, maybe if we're doing batting practice, really open those hips before our swing. This is all gonna really, really help the fundamentals of baseball. And again, I'd say any sport you're ever gonna do. These are physical therapy techniques to bulletproof the body, to make you forward motion capable. All right, so as always, Jacob Rowe with Ape Coaching. Growth starts at failure. See you next time.